Get
hype.
What's good, beautiful people? Welcome to another episode of the Sportsload.
You got it right.
I did it again. The Sportsload. I'm one of your hosts, Jah. This is my partner in crime, Mr. GPS himself, Garrett Paul Smith. Garrett, how we doing?
We're doing good. Lots of NFL news lately.
It's like
a flurry of signings, trades, some crazy stuff happening.
And some all around the league. News. Yeah, and NFL is 24-hour business, ladies and gentlemen. It's a 24-hour business. But before we get into that, don't forget, like, subscribe, keep showing us that love.
Like and subscribe.
Yes, sir. So let's get right into it. NFL free agency. What the fuck, right?
It's always great. I love it.
Yeah.
I don't know where you want to start. I mean, I have a list here. Kirk Cousins is first on the list, number one free agent.
Let's get to it, man. You name
to be decided.
Let's go. He's
next
TBD.
On the list. Chris Jones, 5 years, $160 million to go back to the Chiefs, where he belongs.
That's where he belongs, man. That's it. They got there's a dynasty building up there.
Yeah, he won like what 2 Super Bowls before them now. So
yeah,
2 or 3.
What's the guarantee money? Like 95 million or something like that?
Actually, I don't know. I didn't look up his guaranteed. Wait, I can look it up. Yeah, but anyway, I do like the deal. Actually, it's
a great deal. They got flexibility too,
especially for a guy like that. Like, come on.
Yeah, and he's always healthy. You know what I mean, he's productive. I keep forgetting, how old is he though?
Oh, no idea.
Find out right now. I'm sorry. Chris Jones.
Let me find this dude. Chris Jones. Doesn't have his contract updated, man.
You know, have it because it's still fresh, right? I think nothing can be official till Monday.
Oh,
I think that's what it is. Yeah. Well, okay, here it is. 5 years, 158 million.
Yeah.
I think, how much is it guaranteed?
Wait, is this it? Oh yeah, this is it. Yeah. Guaranteed.
95 million in guaranteed money. So
60 million guaranteed at signing.
Yeah.
And then he has a lot of guaranteed money.
Yeah,
actually
95 in total guaranteed money, plus I think it's 3. He's talking about 5 years. 3 years is up. The 3 years is up front money.
Yeah.
So the first 3 years he's gonna get
3 years. I think 3 years are guaranteed, and then the rest is like, yeah, you're right. Yeah, it is total 95.
Yeah.
60 at signing, 95 in total, and then it's like, so the first 3 years of contract are guaranteed. He has a buyout in 2027.
See, and he's 29 years old. You could shit the bed in after 3 years?
Yeah. They could cut him he'd be 32 years old in 2026. So
see? So yeah, that's a perfect deal. And Shaheed Rice, right? The wide receiver?
Rashee Rice. Oh yeah.
Rashee Rice, he ain't coming, he's on his rookie deal. So by the time Jones' contract start dwindling down, you get to sign this kid. You could give him a max. Again, depends if his trajectory still keeps going up. Pause. So if he's still on the verge of being the number one receiver, then why not? You give that money to him.
It gives him flexibility at least. Mm-hmm. So that's good. I mean, this was a sign that we knew needed to happen, and it happened. So
yeah, because if they weren't going heavy on if they wasn't going to go heavy on wide receiver, which it doesn't look like they are,
and also that gives me an opening to mention Mike Evans went back to Tampa Bay.
Yeah, 3-year deal.
3, I think 2 or 3 years. I don't. Yeah, it's not in here. He's not a top 3 agent. And also, Michael Pittman was franchise tagged by the Colts.
Tag. Yeah.
So
yeah.
Oh, 2 years, $52 million. He's here.
Okay.
2 years, $52 million for Mike Evans.
And what's the guaranteed money look like? 38 or something?
Oh, I'd have to check that one.
He might have a fully guaranteed contract. I mean, he deserves it.
He probably got guaranteed. What the hell's the Bucks? Good old Spotrac.
Yeah, the wild thing is about Mike Evans. I really had him going to the Kansas City.
Yeah, I thought so too. I thought they would go for one of the big wide receivers. Where is this guy? Oh, here he is.
Yeah, I think their priority was Chris Jones, and then they'll probably flood the wide receiver market. But it's not a shortage of wide receivers, and plus they're tied to this kid, Xavier Worthy, the kid that broke the record for the draft combine.
Oh yeah.
4.2.
So the kid that hurt himself, right?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, it was 2 years, $41 million. 35 guaranteed at signing.
35 guaranteed. Oh, I knew he was in the 30 range. That's a good look. I mean, look, the guy, he's the best wide receiver they ever had in that Tampa Bay, period. He's a GOAT. He's a future Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
He's only 32 years old.
And they just re-signed Baker Mayfield as well
For $100 million.
3 years, $115 million.
Yeah, how much is his guarantee though? Did they say? I think it's still that one is still fresh. That one didn't even.
That one just hit like yesterday, I think, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if it's gonna be updated, but I'll look. Who the hell is this guy? But yeah, Mayfield going back to the Bucks is good. He's played decently.
Dude, he needs to stay in a a small market. Because he'll shine there. Like there's no pressure on him. There's nothing. He can just be himself.
Yeah, it's not updated, but it looks like 50 million guaranteed.
That's fine. He deserves it. He played his ass off in a weak division. I don't think that division is going to be weak anymore because it depends on what Atlanta is going to do, which brings me to Kirk Cousins. I think they're all in on Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, they should be. I mean, right?
Yeah,
it only makes sense.
It's only Kirk Cousins. It's only teams. There's two teams that's all in on that should. Well, three teams including Minnesota. But other than Minnesota, the two teams that should go all in on Kirk Cousins is obviously the Atlanta Falcons and the Las Vegas Raiders. They have to go for that guy. I think the Raiders be a better. Well, no, I think Atlanta's a better fit because they have a running back, a tight end, and a receiver.
They have everything.
They have everything. Whereas the Raiders, they have Adams, but he's somewhat disgruntled. Though him and Pierce being the coach smooth things over, I guess, has made it easier for him to like, okay, I'm gonna stay put.
He's gonna stick around for a few more.
Yeah, you don't know who your wide receiver. I mean, there's no number 2 receiver and there's no running back. We don't know if they're gonna bring back Josh Jacobs.
Yeah, no word on him yet. I don't think.
No word on him. Yeah,
I think because your boy Saquon's gonna set the market for running back, right?
Yeah, I think he's gonna be the first. He's gonna be the first domino fall.
Yeah,
I know people are talking about Dallas, but I think the other team in Texas should get him. Texans. Using Texans should. He is the missing link right there. He's a missing link.
He can make CJ Stroud very good because that's like a great comfort right there.
Yeah, he's a comfort. I'm all in on
check down routes and just hand it off to him. And he can hit a home run sometimes.
It's the best fit for Saquon, not Dallas.
Yeah, I don't know if they pay him.
I mean, they got a lot of money though. Dallas will pay him because I think Dallas likes to overpay for players. But the ideal fit is the Texans. It has to be. He can't do that. He got to go to the Texans. But again, money talks, and he got to get paid.
Yeah, Texans are ranked 5th in overall cap. They got
who's the number 1 on cap?
Million.
Oh, probably the Panthers.
Commanders.
Right? Really?
96 million. What's wrong with them, bro?
And they're probably gonna spread. They're probably gonna use that on defense.
I mean, they have to now, right? They traded away their defense, Chase Young and Montez Sweat.
Yeah.
So anyway,
keep on. Let's keep it going.
Josh Allen, not the quarterback, the edge rusher from Jacksonville.
He got tagged, right?
Yep.
Yeah, not surprising.
Good. I don't know how to say this guy's names, but the guy from the Ravens, Justin Metabuke or Bukaki or whatever the fuck his name is.
Bukaki. Nice.
4 years, 98 million.
Yeah, he set the market because he was the first edge. Well, the first defensive guy to sign, and that set the market for Chris Jones because Chris Jones is clearly a better.
Yeah, he got more. He got one more year and quite a bit more money, but yeah.
Yeah,
good signing. I think this guy had a lot of sacks too this year.
He had over 10 sacks. Over 10 sacks. Yeah. So it's not surprised. But again, he set the market. The same thing with Saquon. He's gonna set the market. So it depends on the wide receiver. And I think didn't Mike Evans probably set the he could say he set the market, but I'd say in a way he's an anomaly though because he's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
And all that. Like
I mean, it's 20 million a year is a lot for a receiver, but and to be fair, Pittman's franchise tag for wide receiver is 21 million. So
so it's about that
market value. Yeah.
So like roughly in the 20.
And also T. Higgins, speaking of wide receivers, also franchise tagged by the Bengals.
Yeah, but I think they're gonna trade him though. I think they're gonna have to trade him
because they're gonna let him go.
I would have let him go. Well, I would have see what I can get for him. I think it's not a bad deal for them to trade him, but because they're gonna look. You're gonna let's be honest. You gotta pay Jamar Chase next year.
Yeah, they have to.
Yeah, so
they can let T. Higgins walk, but they can't let that guy walk.
Yeah, and who knows what the tight end situation is. So they're gonna have to just like the window is closing on the Bengals. I will say that.
Yeah, you gotta figure it out. Apparently, they installed that turf that MetLife has. the evil turf. So Joe Burrow's knees are gonna be ripperonis, bro.
Dude, his knees are like my knees. He has 40-year-old knees, bro.
Yeah,
He's
his
fucked.
calf is wrecked.
Yeah. Did you see the trade also? Did you include the trade into your list?
Oh yeah,
Did
I have
Jerry
the
Jeudy
trades
trade?
up. I have the
All right.
trades too, but
All right, so we'll get to that.
The list. Yeah.
Yeah, let's go.
Ladarius Sneed, franchise tagged, 19 million.
19. That's not. He might. I know they'll try to rework a deal with him, but he also be on the lookout for a trade for him.
You know, I could trade it too.
Yeah, he might get a. This is my prediction.
If they don't want to re-sign him, and the next guy on the list, Jalen Johnson for the Bears, 4 years, 76 million. So
yeah, I think if you're gonna pack, I think what they want to do, and I honestly think Kansas City really wants to get a number one receiver. I think they might need a pick for one of the top receivers in this year's draft. That would
be smart.
Yeah, you go after like Neighbors or Ozuna. I mean, forget about it. Like they're already like you just pretty much unloaded on the fucking next year's Super Bowl, pretty much.
Yeah, and they don't need him. They have a bunch of good corners and stuff.
And the corner mark, there's a lot of free agent corners too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
Brian Burns, edge rusher for the Panthers, 1 year, 24 million, franchise tag.
Franchise tag. Yeah. I think he wanted out. He wanted out of that team.
Well, next year he gets out then, or they trade him. Antoine Winfield for the Bucks, 1 year, 17 million, franchise tag.
Franchise, yeah.
And then that's pretty much it in terms of this list. Yeah, and guys that signed, but there has been trades. I think the Browns trade was really interesting with the Broncos.
Yeah, I feel like the Broncos got fleeced on that one.
Yeah,
I think they're just
Jerry Jeudy for a fifth and sixth round pick.
Come on, bro, what are you doing?
It's a wild. It's for like cap space, I guess. The trade frees up 12 million in cap space for the Broncos.
Right, they have to do something. They're still paying Russell Wilson, right?
Yeah, that's the problem. They made a bonehead move with Wilson, and now they have cap problems.
Yeah, and you first of all, it's a terrible trade for the Broncos to make. So first of all, you're trading him to in your conference. Yeah, it's terrible.
In the AFC,
and and it's pretty much like anybody could have made that deal with them. They could have traded him set the market yourself. You know what I mean? Like, dude, give me a 5th round pick. Anybody in the NFC, give me something. But you trade him to the Browns, and now again, depends on who the quarterback situation is looking like. Doesn't even matter.
If Watson can stay healthy, I think it's going to be a good deal for the Browns.
Yeah, but even with Flacco,
Flacco,
it doesn't. They could do a running back by committee. That team is still good. That defense is still great.
Yeah, it's true.
So you just gave the Browns more ammo. Makes no sense to me in the Broncos' perspective. For the Browns, fuck yeah! Like, how do you? I'm pretty sure that took at least 1 minute to think about.
Yeah, they're like, 5th and 6th round. No, yeah. Yeah,
they called them. I'm pretty sure they called the Broncos back and like, you sure? You sure you want to do this? But yeah, Jerry Jeudy, if when healthy, he can, and he needs because he's
underperformed. But
yeah, he's close to. He's just above a bust. Pause. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, he's underperformed by a good bit.
Yeah, but
he has a lot of potential though. So
exactly, you're betting on potential. Plus, he hasn't had a stability at quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, he's had what at quarterback like.
Yeah.
All these bad Russell Wilson and the guy before that. I don't remember all the quarterbacks he's had. Bad ones.
Simeon.
Yeah, Simeon.
Drew Lock. You know what I mean? Like, it's just been terrible. Fucking terrible. I don't know. I honestly don't know what to think about what the hell what the Broncos are doing. They need a quarterback too. Yeah. I don't know what they're gonna do. I think they got to. They have a top 15 pick. They might go again.
They might trade up. Know. I mean, there's teams that are. I mean,
they're gonna have to. I know we're probably gonna have time to talk about the draft after we deal with the free agency stuff. But the way it's looking, it looks like they might have to get above the Giants to get the quarterback. Because it looks like I honestly believe the Giants. Remember, I fucking predicted this last episode. Don't be surprised if the Giants go after JJ McCarthy at 6.
Yeah. And so
it looks like they're going that route.
He's had 800 yards, 400 yards, 900 yards, 700 yards, 3 touchdowns, 0 touchdowns, 6 touchdowns, 2 touchdowns.
So he hasn't had a 1,000 yard year at all.
Nope, not yet.
No excuses this year.
Yeah,
no excuses.
He's not had over 70 receptions either, so he's not really been a number one receiver even.
No, I think Sutton was pretty much the number one receiver.
Yeah, Sutton's number one. Yeah,
I'm pretty sure they could fleece somebody for Sutton though.
Oh yeah,
if they put him on the market.
If they really wanted a quarterback, they could be like, "We'll give you Sutton in a second round pick."
Yeah. Notice I said of the teams I said for Kirk Cousins that I didn't mention the Broncos.
Yeah.
That price is too high. Nah, it's too high.
Yeah,
they're already paying.
They have no cap space to pay him anyway. Well, he wouldn't need a big salary though.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna go to the Broncos.
Yeah.
Although he's like a Jesus freak, I think the Mormons ain't gonna get him over there. I don't think it's gonna work out for him.
Yeah. Anyway, the other trade, Mac Jones goes to the Jags, presumably to be a backup.
Yeah, no shit. You know what I mean?
Patriots get a 6th round pick. They're like, all right, let's get it over with. Just
see, that makes sense. You see, like the Jerry Jeudy shit, this where it makes it is one-sided. This one seems like fair trade, bro.
Yeah, this is fair. Like handshake deal. Just 6th round pick. They take the L and just move on.
Wash their hands with this kid.
And it just means they're taking a quarterback. They have to now.
Oh yeah.
Because they have what's his face and what's his face. They only have 2 quarterbacks on the roster, and they're not. It's what's his name? The other, and then it's like another guy.
They got Zappy and
this is another guy that hasn't played yet at all. So
here's the thing. Like other than the Patriots are notoriously they tend to not pay. They never go high on players anyway. Unless they're like loyal, like Edelman, guys like that. Gronk, I mean, they're not spending money, so don't even look for them. If you think they're going after a quarterback, in the free agent market, that's not happening. That's definitely not happening. They're drafting a quarterback off the rip. Although I think the problem is though with them, with quarterback, they have other issues that they gotta attend to. This is not a good team. If I'm a quarterback going into the draft, I don't want to go to the Patriots. That's the worst. Out of all the top top 5 teams or teams that need quarterbacks, the Patriots are in the worst situation because they're definitely in rebuild mode. It's gonna take this however long it took them they dominated their dynasty is how long this rebuild is gonna be.
Maybe. I don't know.
It's gonna be bad, man. Because as much as I talk shit about the Jets, I think the Jets are in the long term gonna be fine. I think
their defense could last for a long time.
Yeah. The Bills are gonna be fine. Yeah, the Bills. If you have Josh Allen, you have a chance. The thing, Miami, we don't know. It might be their window might be closing. And I know football is a very weird sport. It could be literally a year-to-year thing, but there's no stability right now at head coach, at quarterback, or any personnel on that Patriots team. So I think the Patriots are gonna be 3 to 5 years.
Also, this does hurt the Jets trade market for Zach Wilson.
Oh yeah,
the 6th round pick for Mac Jones. That means Wilson's probably worth the 6th round pick or lower.
Or just cut him.
Yeah, I don't know. They're trying to trade him, but
who the fuck wants him? But then again, who the fuck wanted Mac Jones?
I mean, the Jaguars took him, so they're suitors, man.
If I'm the Jets, I'm calling the Broncos. They seem to be don't give a shit. You know what I mean?
I mean, they have that extra 5th round pick, so perfect, right?
And he's close to home. You know what I mean?
He could be close to Utah and his polygamous and stuff.
Yeah. And the thing is, he'll be in a situation where there's no New York pressure.
Yeah,
you're not expected to do much anyway. The
Broncos aren't going to be a good team, so
and you're pretty much playing for this is your contract, right? This is your 5th year.
Yeah.
So show out. You know what I mean? See what you got. And I think the Broncos will be perfect for Zach Wilson. Because either way, I think the Broncos are going to draft a quarterback. It just depends on, is it going to be a project quarterback, or you're not going to get a prime quarterback in this year's draft. You're playing for next year's draft. If I'm the Broncos, unless you're trying to, you leapfrog over the Giants. I don't think that's happening. They don't have they have nothing, bro. They have nothing to offer. They can't sign anybody. They got no money. You know what I mean?
Oh, they do have some money. They have $27 million in cap.
In the quarterback market, though, that's not quarterback money.
Yeah, it's not good starting quarterback money. It's backup money.
So again, Zach Wilson would be perfect for that team. You see what he got?
He would be actually. That's a pretty good shout.
I think that'll be perfect. But again, I'm pretty sure that they might as well just, if I'm the Jets, I'm counting my losses.
Yeah, they should just cut him or try to trade him for something.
It'll be interesting to see what the Jets do at backup, though. Who'll go after for backup. They need a backup quarterback. Yeah, that's the thing. Tyrod Taylor, maybe.
Yeah, that'd be a good one. I need someone that can play, though.
Yeah, that's true.
Not just like not Zach Wilson, because
if Aaron Rodgers pull off one of that shit again, it's you
over.
Think last year was bad? You think last year was bad? What's
over. I don't think he comes back if he gets hurt again.
I think he's going to retire. He's done.
Yeah, he just retires if he gets hurt again like that.
Yeah. His body's that means your body's telling you something.
Yeah, your body's telling you you're done, bro.
Yeah,
just hang it up.
Yeah, it's going to be weird for the Jets. But again, I think you just put a quarterback on that team. I think the Jets are literally just a quarterback away from being good, not Super Bowl. But just being good. That's why I think they're long term. To get in
the playoffs. We're trying to get to the playoffs.
Yeah,
we have a 13-year playoff drought.
Yeah, and I think even with that being said, again, stability at quarterback, and you guys are there because the defense is so good.
Yeah, the defense. If we just score 20 points a game, we basically got 9 wins at least.
And you gotta look at it you're facing the Patriots twice, so that you should go 2-0 already. You know what I mean? You always play Buffalo well. You know what I mean? So
at least one win there.
You can steal one. You know what I mean? But
in Miami, we just have to have hope that Terry Kill's injured.
Yeah. I don't know. Jets is an anomaly, but I think they're in good shape overall. I talk a lot of shit about them, but I just really don't like Zach Wilson. Zach Wilson's not a good fit for you guys. And he scares me. Yeah, he gives me. That's why I'm worried about what the Jets will do with him. You can't have him there in your locker room. You can't have that guy. You can't bring him in.
Cancer.
Yeah, you got his attitude sucks. I mean, he's not built for this city. And this is a problem we have with these guys who get hyped up in the draft. That's why, although I do look, I was not a JJ McCarthy fan at all. And I saw him at the combine. He looked amazing. But again, let's see. And he's coming from an NFL pedigree, meaning he's coached by an NFL coach.
Harbaugh's
an NFL coach, and he comes from an NFL system. And if it was any other coach, I would I don't want this kid on my team. But in fact, Dable's the coach. Just look what he did with Josh Allen. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and look what he
amazing.
did and look what he
Daniel Jones for 1 year.
1 year. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I think JJ McCarthy, that's why I was telling a mutual friend of ours who doesn't like JJ McCarthy. I think he'll be a better fit. He actually thinks I give him an option between Russell Wilson and JJ McCarthy. He chose Russell Wilson over JJ McCarthy. Wow.
That's communist, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I was like, that's Nazi talk, bro.
That's communist. Come on, man.
I was like, the fuck? I was like, you lost your mind. I don't want Russell Wilson nowhere near my team at all.
He would be very cheap, though. That's the thing.
Yeah, that's why the Giants look like it's a cheap option. I'm like,
1 year
bullshit.
league minimum,
No, I was like, I'm not doing it. I'm like, I don't want this guy nowhere near my team. I don't want him. He just the way he acted with Seattle. You know what I mean?
He's such a dick in the locker room.
He's a diva.
And the whole story with the coach and being like, no, you can't. No one talked to Russ. You have to talk to me.
To talk to Russ. I'm like, fuck that guy. You know what I mean?
No way. Get that guy out of here, bro.
And then we have other issues. I mean, I get it. It'll make sense financially. You sign him, they you save some money. You get the offer. You build up your offensive line, and you get that edge rusher. Because I know the Giants they're gonna spend big on OL on the free agency market, and they're gonna get one edge. That's my prediction for the free agency market. The Giants are gonna get the top offensive lineman, whoever that guy is, a guard. The Giants are gonna get him, and they're gonna get. My prediction would have been the Jets guy that you guys released. Was it Huff?
They released him, I think.
Yeah,
they should sign him.
They should have signed or franchise him. Yeah. I think he'll be the perfect fit he'll be perfect for the Giants because he got Tavon Thibodeau on the other end. So
that'd be a great pairing actually. He's great on the Jets too, but Jets are stupid.
I want him because I know the Giants are gonna. There's a lot of edge this year free agents, which is weird. So many of them, so you can't go wrong. But I think that guy in particular will fit better in our system because he knows how to deal with New York, and you have Kayvon Thibodeau on the other end. And you and him, they're about the same age. He's young. This will be a good fit. This will be a great fit. I think his name is Brandon Huff or Brian Huff.
Bryce Huff, I believe, yeah.
Bryce Huff, yeah. That guy, he'll fit perfectly.
Actually,
with the Giants
your
system.
offensive line, offensive line. Defensive line would be very good if you added him.
Yeah.
Because you have Leonard Williams and or if you re-sign him, I guess.
Yeah, we're not getting Leonard Williams back. But I think our defensive line is fine, but our corners and our safeties are weak. And then we don't know what we're going to do with McKinney. We didn't franchise him, which I found very weird.
Oh, really? You guys didn't franchise him?
Yeah, but he shot himself in the foot, almost literally. He was considered at least a top 5 corner. I mean, a safety. But I don't know if you remember the guy. He had an ATV accident, and he killed the season. And it was his contract year. So his market, he's not getting top corner market money at all. It's not happening. It's not happening.
Not for that.
You know what I mean? So, and he's acting like he deserves it. Like, okay, you're coming off an ATV injury. You know what I mean? Like, and you didn't play majority of the season. You missed 6 games. More than 6 games. I'm sorry. So, what market is there for you? Come back home, take the franchise money, and get that. Get the bag next year.
Yeah, he should do that because apparently his market value is about $10 million. According to this website, but
not good. Yeah, I don't know what they're gonna do. I don't know, but the Giants' defense, especially the corners and the safety, that's their weak spot. But again, for some reason defense in the free agency market is huge this year.
Yeah, lots of good defensive guys available.
Yeah, the guy from Chicago, how much did he get? The corner.
Oh, it was. I already exited out.
Yeah, my fault. Was it 45 million?
No, it was more than that. It was 76 million, I think.
Okay, so he set the market.
Yeah, it was 4 years, 76 million, which is,
sounds about right for corners nowadays.
Depending on the corner.
Yeah. So
a guy that has actually played all the games and was good.
I'm referring to good corners. If you're like a top 10
15,
corner,
20 million a year, you can.
Yeah, you can eat off of that for sure. And then there's a safety. He's a fucking safety. He's not gonna get crazy money anyway.
Yeah, safeties don't get good money.
No. So it depends. I'm very confused and see what happens. You heard about the Khalil Mack trade to the Rams? That's a possibility of happening.
Oh, I didn't hear about that one.
Can you imagine Khalil Mack and Aaron? I know they're up there in age, but still, man, these guys are
still in their prime.
They're still there. They're like towards like the end of their peak. You know what I mean? But it's still good, man. Yeah, that's a deadly combination.
It would, that would be crazy.
Real fucking
crazy. I didn't
crazy.
Hear about that.
Yeah, it was a rumor at Bleacher Report, but I don't know how true it is. But yeah, and I heard
apparently they're open to trading a lot of guys. Bosa.
The Bosa is injury prone.
Huh. Well, they are very much not good on cap right now. They're like one of the lowest teams. I believe they're second to last. Negative 20 million in the hole.
So they gotta get creative. They gotta get real creative. They might as well just eat. Like again, Harbaugh's deal is pretty much he's gonna ride this wave out, and then by the second year, he should have. You can see where the outline of the Harbaugh Chargers team is gonna look like. Because they're not even. Yeah, he's letting Eckler go. I mean, he's not giving a shit.
He's not clutching his pearls like someone we know.
Yeah, for real.
Hold on to Eckler and Devonta Smith. Yeah, all right.
He's also the replacement for Saquon and the Giants. Him and Pollard has been tied to the Giants this year. I like Pollard more, but you know what? I would rather have the Giants go for Zach Moss and Pollard.
Why not?
Why not? You know what I mean? You got 2 guys right there, and they're cheap. They're not gonna be heavy. I mean, Zach Moss could be your short yard running back, and you have Pollard as your Saquon-esque. You know what I mean? But
Saquon replacement.
Yeah.
Cheap replacement.
Cheap replacement. The Giants got to be very cheap and get creative because I think they're all in on offensive linemen and the edge.
Yeah, Jets are working out offensive linemen too. The guy from Notre Dame, I think. I forget what his name is.
Is it Joe Alt?
Yeah, I think so. They worked out him.
You guys, look, you're lucky because this is going to be top heavy on quarterback and wide receiver. So you guys are definitely going to get either at least a top 2 offensive linemen.
Yeah, so that's what we need. Though we need to protect Rodgers so he doesn't get hurt again.
The kid from Notre Dame, the kid from Notre Dame is legit, and also the kid from Penn State is the other one. Yeah, there's 2 guys, one from Penn State, one from Notre Dame.
He looks like this guy looks like he's corn-fed.
Yeah, get that Notre Dame kid though, man. I think that kid is legit.
Joe Alt, yeah.
Yeah, Joe Alt is legit, and I think the other guy is Fatu something like. I think he's a Samoan.
Yeah, he's like
kid.
a weird name.
Yeah, I think. But listen, these guys are big. They'll get it done. But I would prefer if I give Alt the edge because he's a Notre Dame kid, and
these produce pretty good.
Offensive
linemen,
yeah, for sure, and you guys might need a wide receiver as well.
You can always get this later in the draft too.
Yeah, I don't think you guys should go for the draft. Well, no, you should go to the draft, because you guys did the experiment when Aaron Rodgers was running the team. So,
it didn't work out too well.
No, you get a number. Look, this is a top. You can't go. There's a lot of wide receivers in this year's draft. You guys gonna figure it out.
Yeah, we'll draft one.
Mm-hmm. And I don't know, man. Our teams are in a precarious spot this year. That's why this year's draft is one of the most important drafts for both of our teams.
Yeah, especially for your team.
Yeah, because the future will be like, again, I didn't like McCarthy in the beginning. I'm in on him now, and I remember who my coach is. Again, is you get him, you cannot just get him.
Yeah, you have to get other guys too.
You got to surround him with something. That's why I was like, if I would have if it was up to me, I'll still get the wide receiver first, and then in the second round, go after Bo Nix and see if he's available. Because I think Bo Nix would be.
He's gonna drop quite far.
Yeah,
and who knows? McCarthy might be available later on too. Maybe you guys get a wide receiver and McCarthy.
He is the Zach Wilson of this year's draft, meaning not because of play, it's because of height.
He's a bust then, yeah.
He could be. He's one of those like the Trey Lance, like the can't miss. You know what I mean? Quarterback. He's this guy just snuck out of nowhere. The thing is though, he was on a leash. He's not going to be. Look, I think he's going to have a decent year. If you keep him on a leash, he's going to produce. If you let him out there, he's going to end up looking like Daniel Jones this year. You know what I mean? He's not that guy. He's a system quarterback. There's nothing going to be flashy about this kid. He's just going to give you wins. You know what I mean? If you look at Eli's stats, there's nothing to jump out the stats on Eli.
Yeah, he was never like a great, playmaker. He wasn't his brother either.
Exactly.
And all that shit.
Right. You put Eli on any team, he's not a Hall of Famer. He might not even go to the Super Bowl. You know what
Maybe not.
Might not even be.
To be fair, the Giants' defense won most of those games. Yeah.
You have to surround him.
Super Bowl wins at least,
and have that one top receiver and a bunch of guys surrounding him.
You needed a tall guy that shot himself in the foot, and
exactly. Though you need that guy, and
I mean, man, when the Jets had Braylon Edwards and Brandon Marshall,
fire.
Miss those days.
Mm-hmm.
Just waiting for him to get a good tall wide receiver.
Yeah,
they tried to draft one, but it didn't work out.
Yeah, who's that?
Denzel Mims.
Oh, I remember him.
Yeah. He was supposed to be like the new Braylon Edwards, and
didn't work out.
He was garbage.
He shit the bed. Oh man, I don't know. It's interesting to see, but I think I would rather go wide receiver first and then get the quarterback later on in the draft. But these guys are getting hyped up now, and
it always happens around some year. Quarterbacks that weren't I talked about before are now like, they're the best, dark horse.
Yeah. So and then you can still get a good wide receiver in the second round, third round, even. So that's where I think the Giants are going to go that route. Jets, I think they're going to go offensive lineman.
Yeah, I think they should go offensive line too.
And second round, I think you guys will probably go wide receiver.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then you might go, and then after that, you work on your defense and do patchwork on your defense. You have to replace.
We need other corners and safeties.
Yeah. You gotta
edge rusher because we're losing one.
Yeah. Again, the Giants got money to spend. I think they can do it. They just got to do it right. I would, instead of drafting offense, this is finally the year. I'm in on. Don't fucking get drafted with offensive linemen no more. Don't get no more Alabama guys. Let it go.
More Evan Neals, please.
No, just buy one. Fucking buy one. You know what I mean? This is finally the Gettleman years are over. You have money to spend it on offensive linemen and get an edge to go across Cape on Thibodeau. Yeah. And, then you do patchwork on the corners. You work on this year's draft, get your quarterback, get your wide receiver. That's it. Now, which brings me to the question now, where the fuck is Justin Fields going to go? See, his market. What's his market?
I don't know. Maybe the Broncos trade for him? Could be. Yeah.
Because he was earlier, like in the beginning of the last week, it seemed like it was going to be Atlanta. He's from there. I changed the scenery. But the fuck are the Bears doing?
I don't know. They're fumbling the bag, clearly.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, this kid, like, whoever gets him, this is why, look, whoever gets him, that's why we all really, really wanted the Giants to go after him. I don't think it's going to cost that much. Third round pick? Come on.
And it's almost better than McCarthy because he's still young and still has all the potential in the world.
He's so talented. You just got to put it together. Now, again, you still got to surround him with some shit. You got to surround him with offense. The shit that we got now, you bring him there, terrible. It's not a good idea. If you get him, get him with intentions of building around him immediately. Because when you have stuff around him, you see what his potential can be.
They could trade him they could trade for him and then draft receivers and
offensive line around him. Offensive linemen. Here's the thing. My scenario is this. It's not going to cost him that much to get him. You know what I mean? I'm saying any team, not necessarily the Giants. Yeah. He's going to play his ass off no matter what. You're going to get him as a 1-year rental if need be. Worst case scenario, this kid shits the bed. You lose nothing, gain nothing, you move on. Best case scenario, this kid shows who he really is.
And you give him a big contract.
You give him a big contract. He earned it. I mean, you're getting him as a rental right now. It's no harm, no foul.
It's like low risk, high reward.
Exactly. Yeah. If he shows out and balls
then you pay him.
You pay him. And that's the thing. Exactly. But here's the thing now. Like, if you're a team just under the salary cap and you have other players, right, that you got to pay next year, and this kid balls out, the bag just went up. You know what I mean? So it could bite you in the ass. But again,
it's less than a minute left.
Fucking Justin Fields, somebody get this kid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think he's going to be great, man. I like this guy. Pause. Again, thank you guys for tuning in to the Sportsload. I'm your host, Jah. That's my boy, GPS, Garrett Paul Smith. Keep liking, keep subscribing. We out, baby.
Yeah,
and we promise next week we'll talk about baseball and basketball. I think.
Finally, again.
I don't know what the hell's going on, but it's football.
Everyone needs to calm down, man.
Yeah, just take a week off, man. Fuck off for a week. Jesus Christ. Garrett, it's always a pleasure, man. Always a pleasure, brother.
Yep.